Après Shanghai, la retour en France.
Fatiguée, full jet lag. J'ai toujours mon vieux coach avec moi. Best team.
La saison, elle a commencé il y a 1 an. Je suis un peu inquiet de savoir si physiquement, mentalement, elle va arriver à survivre jusqu'au bout. Voilà où j'en suis, moi.
So when Svana came back from Shanghai, the idea was to stay in Innsbruck for like a small but intense block of lead climbing.
Because we really felt that I was missing a bit of training in lead. Well, a lot of training in lead because of the injuries.
And it didn't really go as planned.
I've been struggling so much with my back that we had to adapt once again this year the training. I've only been bouldering basically.
She was in pain all the time. She did her training, but the focus was definitely not like where it needed to be.
I kind of felt that my body was already done with the adventure. Budapest, the second stage of the OQS, was 4 weeks later, so I couldn't really stop.
So I think that was the main problem of this entire project, that there was too much gain and too little time.
I always felt that I had to do more because my level was lower than the others.
She really wanted to, but many times she just had to sit around and wait for energy to come back, injuries to get better.
For me, it was really hard to find the balance between training as much as I wanted to and listening to my body and not overdo it. My mind wants to do more than my body allows it.
Oui, elle est beaucoup blessée, mais c'est normal. Il lui manque un kiné qui la suit tout le temps. La prépa physique, c'est 1 an seulement, alors qu'elle devrait avoir 10 ans de prépa physique derrière pour éviter tout ça. Elle s'entraîne comme une pro, mais pas avec les moyens d'une pro. On fait avec et l'objectif, il est de toute façon qu'elle aille à Budapest.
Climbing in the Olympics has 20 spots, 20 male, 20 female. Traditionally, there's always this thing called the universality spot. This is something that enables climbers from emerging countries where there's not really developed structures within the sport to still participate at the Olympics, which I think is very nice because it shows a much broader view of the sport and the athletes in general. So in the beginning, it kind of looked like you just had to be the best of this pool of emerging countries. At one point, quite late, the IFSC clarified on these rules and decided you have to have a certain rank in order to take this universality spot. When Svana entered the Olympic Qualifying Series, she was ranked roughly like 90 or 100 in the world ranking. So she was invited to go to the OQS, the qualifying series, but there she had to climb against like the best 50 girls of the world. And she had to rank top 36, which we kind of quickly saw was going to be a very, very hard challenge.
Was I feeling ready for Budapest? That's a really good question.
What makes an athlete a good athlete is that when the time is there, you need to perform. And you need to be in the good mindset. Svana is quite good there, where just before the competition, even if she hasn't felt good in a while, she will somehow do something to change her mindset into something positive. She loves doing this, so she was really looking forward to Budapest.
La veille de Budapest, la grande Svana, donc elle fait un voyage en train. Du coup, elle met 12 heures pour venir en train. Elle a passé une journée à stresser sur les transports et pas sur la compète. Donc quelque part, quand ça se passe comme ça, c'est plutôt bien. Elle est soulagée d'être arrivée et soulagée de pouvoir grimper le lendemain.
And I think she also deloaded pressure. She was okay with the fact that there could be failure, that she wouldn't be reaching her goal. And I think being okay with that really takes a load off your shoulders.
There was no fear about the second OQS because I kind of knew already deep down that I wasn't gonna qualify. The only thing I had to do was to try my best and just finish the adventure, no matter what happens.
Demain, on va en isolement et ça montera de toute façon en pression suffisamment demain. Tu vas rester combien, 6 heures en isolement?
5. Je suis vraiment hyper bien après la séance de prep, je suis pas du tout stressée.
Et tu vas faire ton circuit à fond et tu vas aller jusqu'au bout des choses.
Ouais, grave.
Et c'est tout. Et c'est tout.
Ouais, je suis contente de grimper demain pour l'instant. Bah fallait pas une paire de chaussons en plus. Hein. Le mieux, c'est mon strap licorne. Très très beau. Ce truc, la licorne, elle brille dans le noir. Pas sûr que ça me serve pour la compétition, mais dans la tête, c'est important.
I think I felt a bit more confident than in Shanghai because I had less pressure. And at the same time, I also knew that anything could happen, so I was still ready to fight. It's so cool to climb at such a big competition because you have the best setters, you have the best walls, you have the best holes, you have the best competitors in the world. I think it's a privilege to be able to live something like this.
Allez, Clara, à tout à l'heure.
I also felt very grateful, so yeah, I was really looking forward to it.
Oh, and please guys, Budapest, I want you to cheers, please.
Il fait très chaud. Elle passe dernière, plein cagnard où il fait le plus chaud. Pareil, c'est le jeu, hein, on le sait de toute façon.
And we're gonna welcome the very last climber on the women's side, representing Iceland, Svana.
Et donc elle arrive au premier bloc, et là, elle est hyper posée, bien sur les pieds. Elle fait vraiment de la belle escalade et elle avance bien.
When I arrived in front of the boulders and I saw them, I was not scared of it anymore. If you would have put this in front of me 1 year ago, I would have completely freaked out and be like, I cannot do this.
Et tout le circuit, elle le fait comme elle doit le faire. C'est vraiment classe. Bon, à tel point que les autres coachs viennent me dire que vraiment ils sont impressionnés par les progrès qu'elle a fait.
Yeah, I really felt that, these moves, I can do it. I'm capable of doing it. Then doing it in 5 minutes, it's another story. I think it's still really hard for me, but I was quite satisfied with my round. I felt that I had made some progress and I could do it.
She will stay like this. Thank you, Budapest. Thank you, Svana.
Ah, j'en peux plus.
Et elle est arrivée à s'exprimer, elle a rattrapé le niveau qui lui manquait. Donc moi je suis vraiment content de ce qu'elle a fait. Elle peut être vraiment fière d'elle, quoi.
Je me suis vraiment amusée, je me suis pas fait avoir par la pression. J'étais contente de grimper, tu vois.
Tu gagnes une place à Shanghai, t'en gagnes 2 là.
Merci.
Mais impressionnante. Elle est vraiment impressionnante là sur ce circuit. Je pense que c'est son meilleur circuit qu'elle a fait.
Ça, Clara, c'est ce qui me permet de survivre entre 2 journées de compétition. C'est mon appareil à massage YY vertical. Vu que je suis pas suivie par un kiné, ça me permet de faire la récup un peu toute seule. Ce qui est trop bien, c'est qu'il est tout petit, du coup je peux le mettre n'importe où dans mon sac. En vrai, sans ça, franchement, je pense que je pourrais pas me lever le lendemain de la compète de bloc.
Le premier truc que je vais faire en arrivant en ISO, c'est trouver un endroit pour aller dormir. Le plus important, tu sais ce que c'est? L'éléphant. Ça fait un oreiller et ça fait un soutien moral. Je sais pas si c'était les gladiateurs ou juste les Romains. Tu sais, ils disaient Ave César, ceux qui vont mourir te saluent. Donc, Ave Clara, celles qui vont mourir te saluent.
Le lendemain, c'est la diff. J'avoue qu'à la lecture, moi, je suis un peu inquiet par la voix. Il y a 2 mouvements qui me paraissent très durs.
Just before the lead round, I got a bit overwhelmed by the situation because I started thinking about the adventure, the whole adventure, and I was like, oh wow, it's the end. I had tears in my eyes before climbing because I kept thinking that I don't want this to end. I would love to keep going. I would love to be at the Olympics. And I kind of knew that it was not going to happen. So it was quite a hard time for me in ISO. So I really had to work super hard on my mindset.
Et elle part dans la voie posée. Déjà, à l'échauffement, elle m'a impressionné. Elle a produit vraiment de la belle escalade. Et quand elle part dans la voie, c'est pareil, on n'est pas loin du perfect.
First third of the route, she really climbed like impeccable.
I felt strong and I felt confident. And I think you could also see it in my climbing. I was doing the moves well. I was enjoying it. But as soon as it started getting a bit harder, I don't know, I missed the change of rhythm. I did not pull on a heel hook or not hard enough, and I just missed the hold and I let go. And it was very frustrating because it's the same. I felt that I could have shown more and I should have shown more. I still feel that I lack experience in lead. Right after I fell from the route, I had tears in my eyes. Well, it was sad tears, but also happy tears. I don't know, it was a mix of everything.
Je suis hyper émotionnelle. C'était trop bizarre.
I was overwhelmed by all these emotions. I kept thinking, like, I trained for this for more than 1 year. I dedicated all my life to this. And now it's over. Wow, it's such a weird feeling. Like I cried. I cried a lot. And at the same time, I was proud to have finished the adventure. But I was sad that it was over. And I don't know, many emotions.
Et tu as tout le temps été là, tu as tout le temps été présente, tu as tout le temps fait le job, alors que tu avais quand même beaucoup de retard. Franchement, j'aurais pas pensé que tu arrives à faire ça. Comment je me sens moi? Oh, on va pas parler de moi, c'est nul, on parle d'autre chose. Non. non, après je vais avoir les larmes aux yeux et tout, ça va pas le faire.
So I had a whole plan for after Budapest of competing and then taking a bit of a break, then getting back to training and getting back to rock climbing and being ready to compete at the World Cups and European Championships.
The competition right after the OQS, she still had a little bit of energy and a little bit of that momentum from the Olympic project. And it actually went quite well. She did both a bouldering competition and a lead competition. Which, like in Innsbruck, it's by far the hardest World Cup of the season. Yes! And right after, she just fell in a hole.
So tired.
It's okay, kiddo. It's okay. Yes, we need to stop. We'll take a break. She couldn't do anything anymore. She just decided to skip, wisely decided to skip Chamonix.
When I thought about going to the World Cup in Chamonix, I started feeling so anxious. I was not ready to face the disappointment, not ready to face the world, and definitely not ready to face the competitors. It's July 2024, so the Olympics are everywhere. Like you go shopping, you see the Olympics. You talk to someone, you see the Olympics. You turn on the TV, you see the Olympics. It's everywhere, so it's super overwhelming. And the only thing you want to do after such a disappointment is you want to forget it. And you cannot do this. I took refuge in south of France in a place where I barely saw anyone. We talked a lot about the athletes who qualified to the Olympics. There were 72 other athletes who didn't qualify and who invested as much as the other athletes who did qualify. Some of them, they competed at the World Cups right after the OQS, like me. And I could feel and I could see in their climbing that they were so exhausted, and not just physically, like really mentally. Yeah, I think it's something some people forgot. This is something I was not expecting that hard. So I kind of fell in a hole and I lost my love for climbing.
And that, I think, really shocked her. I heard her say like she doesn't feel at all psyched to climb, which is something that, well, I don't think a lot of people have heard Svana saying. And I really felt that with Svana, that she was looking for a way to deal with all these emotions, and she couldn't.
I was missing this, you know, the pure love of climbing. And it's something I'm not used to not have.
It's very normal that something like this happens, and I advise as well other athletes to really do the same and take the time.
J'ai vu dans les vidéos mon visage au tout début en mode je suis trop contente d'être là. Et je me suis dit, bah ouais, tu kiffes faire ça. J'ai envoyé un message à Jörg hier, je lui ai dit, I love it, right? Il est like, oui, t'aimes ça. Tu sais, j'avais besoin qu'on me le redise, quoi.
But then I competed in Briançon and I actually really enjoyed it.
We're 1 month after the second OQS, and even though she might not admit it, I think Svana's still in the middle of processing and trying to deal with what comes next. I think it'll take a little bit more time for her to really be back on both feet.
It's okay. Once again, it's part of the journey, and I know that it's gonna be okay. There's no happy ending in this story. Yeah.
Do you really see it like that?
Well, honestly, since I still haven't processed the whole thing yet, yeah, right now I see it as a failure and I don't see it as a success story. But I know that in a few weeks, maybe a month or so, I will.
On va aux Jeux olympiques, épreuve d'escalade du mauvais côté de la barrière. Je pense que ça va être ouf, mais ça va être un peu émotionnellement dur pour moi.
En vrai, je pleure déjà.
Oh non, pas déjà! Oh non! Non! Elle m'a vraiment étonnée. Je l'ai trouvée incroyable, malgré ses blessures, ses hauts et ses bas.
C'est vrai qu'elle nous a comblé de bonheur dans tout ça, et c'est vrai qu'aussi on est d'une admiration vers toute cette aventure qu'elle a pu faire.
Moi, je trouve qu'elle a fait un super parcours. Je suis vraiment très fier de ce qu'elle a réussi à accomplir. Et elle a été jusqu'au bout, alors qu'elle a quand même pu abandonner. Je pense que ça va lui apporter beaucoup de choses pour la suite.
The biggest progress she made is as a person. She learned many lessons and she learned some really tough lessons as well.
I think it was a good adventure. Even though we didn't make it to the Olympics, I think it was still quite some success.
Ouais, franchement, moi je suis très fier vraiment très fier et très impressionné par ce qu'elle a fait. Je sais pas s'il y a beaucoup de monde qui aurait été capable de faire ce qu'elle a fait, c'est-à-dire de s'investir à 200% dans ce projet. C'est toujours facile de dire « Ah, j'aurais pu », bah elle l'a fait.
It pushed both us as a federation, but as well had a good impact on the athletes.
I think the past 1.5 years have been an amazing period. We all learned a lot.
I feel like I really learned how to be strong, how to be a fighter, how to be resilient as well. In a way, I kind of learned how to fail as well. And I'm still alive, so it means it's fine.
I'm beyond proud of the gains that she made, the progress that she made, but I'm even more proud of the way she handled things. I also feel like the projects that don't end up in success are where you can learn the most from.
I think you become a better athlete and a better person by facing failures. Was it worth it? Yes. And would I do it again? Knowing that I will get injured, knowing that I will have breakdowns, knowing that I will fail? Yes, I would actually.
Si c'était à refaire, mais bien sûr que je repartirais. Cette relation, elle est unique. Bon, après, avec Svana, ce qui est top, c'est ce qu'elle te rend à l'entraînement et tout ça. C'est vraiment top.
Yes, I'm very proud of my Padawan.
We always say that the journey is more important than the destination, no? It's true. Never be scared of pursuing your dreams. It will always be worth it. Always.
I'm really proud of her to dare to dream big.
Could anything make me stop? I don't think so. No.